You see, little by little, our car is starting to come out. Of course, there are some mistakes here, and I will try to fix them. Look how nice I'm doing some of those shapes. Reflection on the hood. Okay. Now that I've done this, I take the chisel point of the same marker and I start blocking in the big shadow shapes, okay? Now, the objective of this exercise of tonight, it's really to use markers, you know, in a very, how can I say, a little bit an artistic way. Yeah, let's say that, artistic way. Okay. Now let's take a marker number 4. So we go with a darker marker, okay? So we are always increasing. You see pro marker number 4, number 3, this one, excuse me, number 3. And we are getting always darker and darker, okay? That's the objective. This one is not dark enough. So I'll use this one, number 4. There you go. Okay, so let's do the wheel again. You see what I'm doing? I'm trying to make some nice strokes that create also sort of a shading. It's like painting, basically. And at the same time, I'm trying to see what type of design it's coming out. I'm not too much in control of the design. It's more the technique, okay? But I think that this is pretty nice. Here we are not so bad. You see? This is a hole. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna make it. The front tire, the reflection, this one. Abe, tell me, you mean this one? Okay, this is the tire. I'll show you. The tire has, you know, a part, an area which has has a sculpture, okay? And the light, it's hitting here. So this is the only area where you can see the sculpture of the tire here. If I put my pencil, you'll understand. Look. You see? Now, then when I'll put all the shading all over around, then you will see it will mix with everything, and it will look it will look really nice. I mean, I hope. Okay, so now we need to make here a little bit darker because this is not dark enough. So I go again. Okay. So now let's take again a light gray, okay? And we can do a little No. So this is reflection on the side, okay? And now I put the reflection on the hood. And on top. Okay. So now I would like to use a light, a very light, you need a very light color, like this one. To make a sort of a sky. Get a job in Cardigan if we have a very good profile as a current. Nikki, it is possible. I have seen a lot of people that have a product design background, and ciao Martin, and they had a very nice portfolio for car design. So in that case, yes. But it all depends how you make your car design, because it has to look really good. Okay, now I go and do the outline, okay? And we'll do sketch, okay? This is not a rendering, it's sketch. So now that I did the first part with the marker, after I go with my pencil. And of course, I try to make a nice outline so that I get the main I make the main lines so that the car starts getting a little bit crispy. I can start seeing it, okay? That's the first line quality. You see? You know, don't hesitate to turn the page when you are sketching. It's really nice to do it. I mean, feel free. Don't be blocked. Let's make those modern lights. You see, now that I'm making all those details, you can start seeing the car much better. And you start realizing exactly what we are trying to do. You see, it's very nice this. I think that here we got something interesting. Maybe not all the car, but here, yes. Now, if this is the logo, you see? Looks nice. Now we got a kind of a three-dimensional effect. Yeah, this method is basically to do back and forth the same thing, but the opposite way we used to do before. Before, I always told you we start first with the line work, with the pencil, and then little by little we start building up with the marker and chalk and everything else. Here in this case, I wanted to try something different. We start with a light marker, very, very light, with the felt tip, not this one, sorry, this one, and then we blocking all the line work, and then we work the lines. Okay, so now that we have this, let's see if we can make a nice shading. Voila, that's what I'm doing. Now, our focal point is here, okay? So in this area, I will try to do a better job because we want to make our focal point. Okay. And this is dark because this is a kind of a hole. Okay. I'm looking for this is a dark blue, okay? Really dark blue. And we're gonna use this color instead of the black to make the darkest part of this drawing. Now, this detail here, we have to do it a little better. So I go back with my marker and trying to make the transition. You see, it's a little bit too light. Gotta be a little bit darker here. Let's wait that it's going to dry. And while it's drying here, I'm searching for a warm light yellow, because we want to have some warm light here. So I'm looking for it, okay? While it's drying. I don't know if this one can go. It's too much, too strong. So I have to check to find another one. There you go, maybe this one. Too strong. I have all these strong colors. I need a pale, very pale. Maybe this one. No, too orange. Well, I guess I had to buy some. I have to buy some colors. So I'm missing. Yeah, maybe this one. Okay, I got something. Maybe this one is good. So I'm using a very light yellow, okay? Pastel yellow, very light. And I'm gonna play it here. Okay, that's nice. You see? Now we have the warm and the light and the cool light. Now that we did that, what do we miss? What are we missing? We are missing a sort of a background, okay, which it's going to be here. And we are going to do it with a dark blue, which is this one. Let's do it. Once that we finish that, we're gonna add a little bit of color pencils so that we create some other light effects, and then a little bit of gouache for our spotlight highlights, mainly on the focal point. Okay, so I make the base of my background. I try to be always perpendicular to the drawing so that the lines are not confusing, they are straight. Well done. I'll try, try my best. Okay, this is the base. You see, now the car is really jumping out of the paper. Now I let it dry because we need a little bit darker. We need darker. because we want to create really big contrast. So first of all, you see, I make also little corrections on my outline. Oops. Now that I have my base, I can go like that. Okay? I can be a little bit rough. It's no big deal. And what I'm trying to do is to make a shading dark to light. Okay, I let it dry. Then I am searching for a dark gray, which is this one. And then I take advantage of mixing the dark gray to create a darker area compared to the blue that I made, okay? Thanks, Mauro. You see, look how dark it gets. This is just a dark gray. This means that after we can add also the black, which is the super black. You see, I'm adding values to make sure that it becomes dark. The effect is really dark and light. Okay, now this is drying, okay? And here we have the super black. So I'm gonna put the super black only in this area, okay? Now I'm adding the black to make sure that I get the right contrast. in terms of value tone. Look. So now we went from black to blue. You see? Okay. Now there is some things that I had to fix. Now this point is here, so here I had to fix. First thing to do. Because now I'm starting to see some of those mistakes I made, so I have to go and check it out to make sure that I can fix those in terms of perspective. That one was the first one. Now, the second thing, it's here. Okay. So, I can take a nice blue, like this one, and make the color of our logo. You see? Shiny blue. Looks nice. Not bad. Okay, so what is left? Now that that everything looks like it's dry, let's fix this reflection of the tire here because it's not really well done. It's much better like that. And this type of retouch that I'm doing, it's always to create right contrast, you see? Okay. Now it's the time to take the white pencil, this one. So with the white pencil, we're gonna do some of the outlines to make sure that we get a reflecting body, okay? Let me read. Sir, did you know all these skills right from your high school? I learned this at Art Center. And then I learned this at Art Center. And then when you learn all how to use all this media, then your artistic talent it comes out. And then of course you realize that you can do lots of extra things, and they come out just by making the experience, the experiments that you can make with all those tools. Yes, Kevin. Yes, Kevin. I'm using marker paper. Yeah. By the way, if the people from Coventry are there, a big hug to you guys. Okay, so now let's use this white pencil here. So when I make the white pencil, when I put the white pencil, I always leave a little black area. I can show you here. You see in this area, I always leave the black line. I don't, because this way it looks like the surface is turning. It's the radius of the surface, okay? The same thing here, look. Look here. There's always the black line I put before and white is after. Because the white is the last reflection of that surface. Little reflections on the logo. You see? Nice, nice. Then a little bit of shadow on this sort of front mini grill. Okay? Just to create a little effect of shading. Okay? Then a little bit here. Okay, you see? And now that we did that, I think it's the time now that we can put some nice reflections. Okay? I can also do a little bit of line work here. Look, I'm just putting some light in the background. You see, very, very light. Very, very light. It looks like there are trees in the back, who knows? Something that brings the light inside here. And a little bit up here too, you see? Okay, can you see? It looks nice here, you see? So we have a background that looks a little bit more alive. And if we want, we can even put some, for example, look, this is a violet. I can put some violet, you see? So that it becomes violet. And then I can put a little bit of my violet here. Because it's a reflection. You understand? Okay, so now that we put the white, now we take our gouache and we're gonna put the gouache in the area of the focal point. Now the focal point is in this area, okay? All over here, because it's right on our eyes, on our nose, here. So I will put it on this plane, and then it's gonna go over the right and over the left a little bit. So I take my white gouache, and I start having fun. So the first one, it's here. The second one, we're gonna put it here. The third one, it's gonna be here. Then we have the lights. Then we have the little spot here, look. big spot here because it's the body, okay, here, big spot here. On the white line, okay, little spot here. You see? Now we have just to add on the logo you see? That's it. No more. Unless it's gonna become a mess. I'm going to wash the brush, okay? I'll be back. Okay, so what do you think? Tell me. Write down. Is it okay? I would like to ask you how long is it take, okay, to wait and redo your portfolio after you graduate if you haven't found an internship job. Odin, to do your portfolio, you can do it in many different ways. For example, the first thing you can do, you can just save some of your projects and redo some new projects, okay? So this means that you can redo partially your portfolio. In this case, I would say 2-3 months. Okay, 2-3 months to do a good job. Then you have also the situation where you have to do more because your projects, for reason or for another, need to be redone. Then in that case, I would say 4 months. It's the right. It is the right time to make a portfolio, because when you make a portfolio, you have to make some you have to make some of your projects in a way that people understand that it is a real project and not just a nice picture. And that's the reason why you need more time to make sure that you get right good projects that are convincing, with of course beautiful sketches and pictures. I'm just fixing a little bit here in terms of dark contrast. You see, it looks better like that. And then there is another thing I don't like is this line should be a little bit round. Yeah, like that. Better. This is a serigraphy we have on the glass. You see? I can add a lot of details that look more realistic. They make the car lots more realistic. Okay, so now let's take the magic felt tip black pen so that I can sign it, okay? And today is the 6th November 18, okay? So I really hope that you like this very quick, okay, very quick I think that here I have to do this also. That looks better. Okay. You see, it's better like that. It's correct like that. It's more correct. You know, when you look at your sketch, then you find all the mistakes, all the things, and then you know that where you have to go and do more. Of course. Okay. Well, I stop there. Okay, so thank you very much. All right. And I hope that we will meet again next week with a design talk. Okay. Thank you and bye bye. Let me just. There you go.